we're gonna be doing a review, and I am reviewing the Yves Saint Laurent Touche Eclat Blur Primer. I've had this for about 2 weeks now. Yeah, 2 going on 3 weeks, because I got it right at the beginning of July, as soon as it became available on the Sephora website, because when I checked it out it was not available in store. So I'm doing a review of the Touche Eclat Blur Primer by Yves Saint Laurent, and I don't know, I really like it. This is the box that it comes in. It's just a really pretty gold box, and this is the primer. It is in a glass bottle and it has gold packaging. Absolutely beautiful. I think it's a stunning, luxurious package, but then again, it's Yves Saint Laurent. I would not expect anything less than luxury when you're paying $55 for a primer. This primer has like a gel-like consistency, and it has almost gold particles on the inside, so it's kind of mixed in and infused with the primer, but when you apply it to your skin, it doesn't really show up. Your skin just kind of looks more radiant. Sometimes when you turn to the light you might see a little bit of gold flecks, but your face doesn't look like a disco ball when you apply this primer. So I know that the little gold particles might be off-putting, but it's not glittery, more so than like, I don't know, like a powdery glow. I'm wearing it today underneath my foundation, and I haven't changed anything else about my foundation, but I feel like if you were to go back and look at my previous videos, you would see the difference between, you know, using just a mattifying primer or a mineral primer as opposed to using a gel primer. I personally have always liked gel primers. I just really liked the consistency of it. I always felt like gel primers were doing something for me, especially like with this primer. I just, when I apply it, I just feel like it coats the skin. It carries 1 fluid ounce of product, or 30 milliliters depending on if you're in Canada or the US or the UK, whatever system you use. So it carries 1 fluid ounces, and like I said, it was $55 Canadian. It's pretty pricey, but at the same time, I feel like if you love it, then it's justified. But these are the things we tell ourselves to justify why we spend a boatload of money on crap we don't need. The primer has a pump, which definitely comes in handy. It's very sanitary, and I feel like the product control is really great with this pump. One pump is definitely sufficient for the entire face. You don't need any more, nothing more than 1 pump of this product on your skin. I always, though, go in with like a half a pump later, just to put it underneath my eyes to just cover up my wrinkles, and I find that it really helps, because under my eyes are actually quite creased, so I like to use this to do that. And I make sure also too, when I'm applying the primer to my face, I concentrate it on my cheeks, because I do have a little bit of scarring, acne scarring on my cheeks, so I try to use the primer to kind of, I don't know, somehow help with filling that in, just because based on its description, it is meant to kind of blur the skin and give this illuminating, radiant luminosity. I know that I probably just used 3 synonyms in 1 sentence, but you get the drift. It's supposed to make your skin glow, and it's supposed to blur imperfections, and it's supposed to make pores appear to disappear. It's supposed to give the illusion of, you know, a smooth canvas, color corrected skin, nice and glowy before you apply your foundation. So that's what this primer claims to do. And also too, it has oils in it. So it has corn oil, it has passiflora oil, it has I think almond kernel oil, and it also has rice bran oil. So it has 4 different types of oils. I know some people don't like the idea of corn oil in their primer, and I know also too, when you're being told that there are 4 different types of oils in a primer that is definitely supposed to be a universal primer that for people of all skin types to use, the oil can be a little bit intimidating, and it can turn you off the primer. But I guarantee you, this primer does not apply greasy. It applies not dull, but when I apply it onto my skin, I see kind of like, it's kind of like putting a film in front of a screen. Like there's me, and then you put like this film that kind of softens my features. That's how I feel when I apply this primer. I feel like I'm putting a film on my face, but it's not like a heavy film. It's very lightweight. When I apply it, I don't feel like I'm wearing anything, and I just really like the way how it sits on my skin. I like how it diffuses into my skin. I like how it makes my skin glow, and I see a difference between primer and no primer when I'm applying this. I love how my foundation applies on top of it as well. The application is really smooth, and it just goes on really nicely, and it blends really nicely, and it goes really nicely with my foundation, which is the Makeup Forever Ultra HD, which I'm absolutely loving lately. So that's pretty much how I feel about this primer. This primer also has the first ingredient as cyclopentasiloxane and dimethicone, which are two silicone type ingredients, but they're also the same two ingredients that you will find in the Yves Saint Laurent Touche Eclat Illuminating Foundation, which makes me feel like this primer, obviously they're from the same line, so this primer would go absolutely perfectly with that foundation. So if you have that foundation, I would say give it a try with this primer. I think you might like it. I would say if you guys have the money to spare, definitely go into Sephora, but I would say get a sample first. You can go into stores like Sephora, or if you find a YSL beauty booth in like the Bay or Holt Renfrew, then go to them, ask them for a sample, test it out for yourself and see how you like it, and then decide if you want to go ahead and buy it. It works for me, but I think at the end of the day, you have to figure out what works for you and what works for your skin and what your skin loves. I would say that if you have dry skin, it works really well, and if you have oily skin, it would work really well too. I personally loved it. If you feel like you have my skin type and you like these kinds of primers, then I think it would be a great buy. I think it would be worth it for you to try out. I really love it, so I don't plan on returning it, because usually if I don't like something, I take it back. Like Sephora is really good like that. I will take it back and I would say give me back my money, but I plan on keeping it, so that should be enough to let you know how I feel about this primer. Thank you so much for watching, and if you did like it, let me know in the comment section below. I really like filming reviews, so if you guys want to see a review of any product, let me know as well in the comment section below. I will list everything that I'm wearing on my face and on my body in the description box, so if you have any questions or anything regarding that, you can check there. Thanks guys so much for watching, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.